Hey everybody, welcome to another Monday Reviews. Today we're checking out this Lancer Tactical 1.75 inch MOLLE Belt. This is also the similar belt you've probably seen on websites like Evic. This this belt there is under the Matrix label, which is most likely this Lancer belt probably came from the same manufacturer that the Matrix belts came from. So it is a repro. It is a repro of a GBRS belt. I believe the V1. I tried to do some digging and some research. All I could find was information on V3s and V2s. I've reviewed the V3. A card will pop up. You can check that review out if you want, and then come back to this one, or you can check it out later. Actually, I might even put it at the end of the video. I don't know. If the card pops up, check it out. If it doesn't, it'll be at the end of the video as a suggested video. Anyway, the V3, cool belt. I liked it well enough, but it just turned out I didn't enjoy the loop inside. You think I would have, but I didn't. We'll get to that in a second. So the belt itself is definitely taking design cues from GBRS belts. If it's not a straight up just pure copy, it definitely took design cues from them. You have a fake Austral Alpine right here. This is not rated for anything. It's not a life-saving device. Do not try to use it for that. You will die. It has a ring here. It has a 1/4 inch one wrap that secures it. It kind of keeps it out of play, out of the way. It's just for looks or hanging gloves off of. That's about it. If this one wrap gets damaged or starts wearing out, the cool thing is you can just get some more and then weave it through again. So it's not a permanently sewn fixture. So I do kind of like that. Sure, the real one was the same way. 1/4 inch one wrap here. This secures your bitter end of your belt, as you can see right here. And the belt is all in 1-inch increments around. Same here. So these were designed to be cut, so my son can trim this down a little bit to secure some of this so he doesn't have so much excess webbing folded over. If he wants to, he can keep it and have a little bit of expansion room in case he gets a little bigger, but you're not going to want to expand this out too much. So my big guys, I hate to tell you this is absolutely a small medium belt. This is not going to fit you. You're going to need a large, extra large, and I have not seen a repro in that size yet. This one is considered a one-size-fits-all belt. Sucks to suck. Sorry. So yeah, if he does trim it, he'll be out of luck if he goes up another belt size, and then he can just move up to a large belt like the rest of us real men instead of being a small human. Nothing wrong with that. It means he won't die of heart disease soon. The belt material is not Tigris. It is just like a plastic. It could be a very thin Kydex, but I don't think so. And this is the heart of the belt. So the whole thing is this lattice work plastic. It goes all the way around, and then it's sewn down, and then you have a Cordura backing of the belt, and that's what forms your PALS webbing, your loops that you can MOLLE through right there. Internally, we have loop, as you can see, all the way around. I understand the reasoning behind this. I know why GBRS Group did put loop inside instead of hook. It was in case you needed to don this belt quickly in an expeditious manner, and you don't have time to put this on or have that on. You want to throw it over, or you want to take it off, throw it over a jacket or some other piece of equipment, and it keeps you from abrasing and ripping up your jacket, especially cold weather. If you do want to pay this out a little more and just throw it over a cold weather jacket, you can, and you're not screwing it up. Or it turns into a bump in the night situation on your fob, and you're just throwing this on over your pants or your shorts. You're not ripping yourself, your skin, or your stuff apart with hook. So I get the point. I didn't personally like it, just a personal taste, but I understand why they do it. Do you want one of these for real world use? No. If you are a young fella in the bricks, E3 or E nothing, do yourself a favor. Maybe drink 2 less beers this weekend. Put that money aside and save your money for a real belt, because you're going to want something that is more in line with what you're doing for a living. Not this. This is for my BB warriors only. This is not a belt I would trust for combat use or duty use. I would only trust it for BB wars. With that being said, it does look fantastic, and it is a great BB war belt. That's why my son got it, so he can LARP and look like a cool guy without having to spend cool guy money on a belt that he just doesn't need. The inner belt has this outer sheath on it that is removable and comes off. This was a cool idea. However, as I saw on some of the videos from GBRS themselves, DJ was talking about how they would have this sheath and then they would lose it, put it in a pocket, forget it was there, drop it in a pouch, forget what pouch they put it in. They would lose this sheath and then have to get another one. And they said it became more of a hassle than it was, more than it wasn't. And they just decided to ditch this for the newer iteration of the belts. Inner belt is hook, as you can see right here, backed with multicam. Not real, it's just fake multicam, but it's good reproduction. And then you've got a little oval ring that runs through, and this is what secures the inside of your pants. Whole point of the sheath was to run over this. If you wanted to run this as a pants belt and you didn't want all this hook hanging out, you could sheath it up and you're good to go. I don't know about the real belt. I know the V3 that I have, this inner belt is a very rigid belt. You could actually run a handgun off of it if you really wanted to, either internally, like a good concealed carry, or even externally. You could put just like a paddle holster on and be ready to rock and roll, be good to go. This, not so much. It's very malleable and flimsy, but it does good for holding up your britches, and that's kind of what it's for. I'm going to cut now to some footage so you can see what it looks like on my son, and you get an idea of sizing, and then we'll cut back and we'll finish out the review. We're outside with the wearing demo. As we've already talked about in the review, this is a smaller sized belt. This is a smaller sized human. This is my assistant. He's around 6'1", almost roughly 6'2"-ish, in that ballpark. 160 pounds, about a 31 to 33 inch waist. And this belt fits him perfectly. It actually has some room to go on it. As you can see, we did have to bring it in a little bit. So if you are around maybe a 34, 35 inch waist, you might be able to get away with this belt. If you are 38 or higher, I don't think this is going to work for you. But I just wanted to give you an idea what this looks like, actually on a human being. But let's go back inside. Let's finish this video up and end it up. All right, guys, you got to see how it looked on him under an idea of sizing. So if you are a smaller guy, this is definitely a better option for you. For my big fellas, I'm sorry, the one-size-fits-all moniker is a lie. It is definitely for smaller people. You're just going to have to go spend the money on a real belt, or hope somebody in like Guangdong, China, or whatever the place was that this came out of, I'm not being racist, really the city, makes a bigger belt. They decide to make a belt for us biggies. Otherwise, we're stuck paying big money for our belts. Overall, I think it's a cool belt. I think it's a nicely cloned belt. This one, like I said, was Lancer Tactical. They are available under many names, so meaning there's probably another OEM that makes these, and then all these companies basically subcontract the belt out for their label. That's all I got, guys. I hope you got something out of this review. You'll be seeing this on and off with more reviews as we build it up, because my son has already messed with it and liked it. He had it all kitted out, and now it's time to put it all back together because we slicked it out for this review. Anyway, guys, that's all I got. I hope you got something out of this. As always, get out there, play some airsoft, be a bunch of dorks, a lot smarter, not harder, and I'll see you on the field. Peace.